welcome to Midday. Not only is the weekend nearly here, but yoo-hoo even. Friday slipped there. It is Man Friday. Joining me here in studio today we have actor Michael Hayes, video producer Killian O'Sullivan, we have Mr. Ireland Darren King, and Big Brother Hughie Maughan. And I think I did them all backwards, didn't I?
Well, we're all here.
That's great.
We're interchangeable.
I'm a bit discombobulated today. I got my times all wrong. Ran into the studio with 30 seconds there, as we all know. So
Like an accident, like a professional, might I add.
And then I got away with it. And what do? I tell the whole world what I've done.
You forgot to put on your pants. Let a TV secret away.
It's a secret. I don't wear any pants. As always, we're live with you for the next hour. We love to hear what you at home think of the topics we discuss. Here's that text.
You can text us throughout the show. Put the letters MD first, followed by your comments 253131. You can email us midday@tv3.ie. Follow us on facebook.com/tv3midday. Find us on Twitter @tv3midday or on Instagram Midday TV3 or Snapchat Midday8. Have your say on Midday any way you want.
Now, first up today, can you just imagine what life would be like if you had cameras following your move for 2 whole months? Yep, 2 whole months. Well, our Hughie here did it for Big Brother, and he's lived to tell the tale. And believe me, it's an epic one. You've had quite an interesting life of late.
Yeah, I've had a weird summer, haven't I?
That's putting it very mildly. What was it like having your every single solitary move you did with cameras following?
It's not like a person standing there with a camera, so you're not always aware of the camera. It's very hard to explain. Everything becomes natural to you. That becomes your own world. You forget the outside world exists. It just became our home, just became our house. Like, it's strange when I think back now. It's like when you come home and you sit in your bed, you think, what have I been doing for the past few weeks? Like, where have I been? But it just becomes your home. You forget, because there's nobody standing there with a camera. They're all like little ball cameras, and then it's double-sided mirrors. But it's like a mirror to us, but on the other side is a window, and they're standing there with a camera. And at night time, when all the lights can switch off, for a brief second you can see him standing there with a camera, which is so creepy. And when you hear it behind all of the walls, you then realise there's other people around. You forget other people even is out there. You just think it's just like you're in your own bubble. It's really weird.
And is it like a set that you can hear them on the other side of
it's like a set. It's not like a TV set essentially, but it's a bit like that. It's more like a factory almost. It's weird to explain. It's all made of tin. It's a TV set. There's all the walls, and you can hear all the cameramen and security behind. And there's about 50 mirrors. Every mirror has a camera. There's not one hiding spot in the house. There's not one blind spot whatsoever.
But there must still be a point where you obviously forget all of that.
All the time. So that's why you behave the way you do. And that's why you do it, because you forget this is going into my grandmother's house. I'm not just in my own house right now. This is going into my grandmother's house. You do what you do in there. You completely and utterly forget that there's cameras.
And did you go in thinking, I'm going to ace this, like I'm going to stay aware of the cameras, I'm not going to let it slip at any point, or...
Because I'm a really exhibitionist and like I'm an open-minded person, so that's how I got onto the programs, because I was that type of person. They don't put in the kind of like normal people, they put in people that's going to be like that. It's a reality show. But you do kind of go and take, no, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do the next. Then you forget, it's 24 hours a day. And you can't be up and hype all the time, because that's not natural anyway. So you just be yourself.
Yeah, you couldn't
It falls to the wayside 100% of people,
24/7.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to get annoyed, or you're going to get drunk, or this is going to happen, and something's going to happen that's going to raise like your emotion. Therefore, any plan any person has in their head is going to go. It's 24 hours a day for 2 months. You're not going to...
But did you enter the Big Brother house with hopes of finding love?
No, I didn't enter with any hopes of anything. I just seen it as an experience. An opportunity to do something like that, even if it was only once in my life, and loads of things that come off the back of it, including finding somebody. Yes, all this happened. But I didn't go into a plan for anything, but loads of good things have happened, including like finding somebody like that. So.
But how weird is it adjusting though from when you're with someone 24/7 in that situation, and you're literally stuck to each other like glue to, oh my God, we're famous. How did this happen? How can the relationship survive it? Are you worried that it may not survive the public eye and the glare that you're going to have?
No. I just think I'm such a strong-minded person and trusting person that I kind of go off what I think, and also I understand people have opinions. People say stuff online all the time. I was seeing him in a club the other day when Hughie was in Ireland. He was kissing so many people with all these types of statuses, and all of these these like screenshots. Like I don't believe any of those things. Like as far as him being in England and me being in Ireland, even if we're in the same country, because we're busy, we wouldn't be together all the time anyways. But it's fine if you want something bad enough in life, regardless of what it is, you can make it work.
But
You can make it happen.
you've kind of done it in reverse. You started living with them.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do the dating thing, and now you're
That's
doing
the funny
distance.
thing, isn't it? That's the strangest part of it all, is that you start living with complete strangers. Every day you sleep in the same room, you eat together, you do everything together. Yeah, but we done everything backwards. But as we said in there, and even just people that you're friends with, if you can get on in that environment, it's like when people say you don't know if you're going to be with somebody until you go on holidays or something, you're always together.
Yeah.
Like that's even more intense than that. And if you can get on in that environment, you can get on in any.
Yeah.
Where do you see yourself settling in the future? Ireland or England? Or?
Oh, I want to live in the UK eventually, but that's where I want. Like Ireland will always be home, but I want to live in the UK.
But it was a very, I suppose, controversial move to go into the Big Brother house for you specifically, because within the travelling community, it's very difficult to come out as being gay, and it's very difficult to have. I suppose a lot of people say that the last acceptable form of racism, even in Ireland, is against the travelling community. You have the double whammy there. Did that enter your head at all? You're like, I'm just me, I'll be fine.
No,
Are you aware of the influence you've had?
No, people say that to me all the time. Like last night, I remember I got this message on Twitter. This fella told me that he's in his 30s or whatever, and his whole life he lived a lie. And because of me being on the show, he's now been able to come out to his family. And I get thousands of messages like that all the time. Like I literally can't get through them all. And I don't think that people say that I'm brave for going on it. I don't see that as brave. But if a boy or girl or anyone comes from a certain place, like where I come from, or any type of place which feels suppressed, and that has helped them, well, that's a better prize than anything I could ever get from it. But like when people say to me like the impact I've had and all of that, like that's the best achievement I ever I've got in life. But I never went in with the intention of having that. I went in, was just myself, like everybody else in there, said where I was from, and like when you have nothing else to do, you sit around getting to know each other. And when I'm just talking about mine, he aired it, people look at it as me as this kind of representative, and I don't see myself as a poster boy of every traveller or every Irish person or anything like that whatsoever. But if people can see it in me as a good person, and that can maybe change their perception of thinking everyone is the same, maybe like from where I come from, well, that's incredible. That's the best achievement that could ever
You seem
done.
very grounded and very solid. I mean, obviously you have very strong family support.
Yeah, and my family has been amazing with everything. Like they're happy if I'm happy. All my family, all my friends. Of course, I get people from the travelling community and people who aren't travellers that have said bad things or whatever. But I understood that before I went in, that everyone has an opinion, and I wouldn't put myself on television if I couldn't handle that.
That's
amazing.
amazing.
And I think everybody should be that way. Nothing annoys me more than people complaining like that. Don't put yourself out there. And my family is amazing with everything. They've been so supportive.
Is there any downside? Is there anything about it that has just been negative and you wish didn't happen
No.
through the whole experience?
Absolutely.
Like, apart from the fact you were robbed and you should have won.
Well, that's another
Get that
tale,
out there. Come on. He was robbed.
No, I don't think there's nothing that's annoying. Even as far as my time in the house, I've argued, I've got naked on television, I've pretty much had sex on television. I've done all these things, which is just the type of person that I am, and it shows you forget about the cameras. I don't regret anything, as I learned so much about myself, and if I regretted and could change things, well, I wouldn't have learned, because those things would be gone, if that makes sense to you. Yeah. So, no, there's nothing bad at all. Like, it's all funny, it's all good. So if you're walking down the street and somebody's driving in their car, and just randomly they look out the window and then they do that a second time, that's really strange, but I find it really funny. It's really funny. It's really funny.
My nephew was obsessed completely with Big Brother. But he's down in Cork, and he was like, and you have to get him on, so I have to get him on. So I said, I'll try my best, but like, when they come out of Big Brother, they get agents and they get famous and they never talk to anyone here, and you're the exception. You're just yourself, and it's kind of cool. You're that sort of self-assured dude that you were in there.
I walked into reception and you were there, and normal, no.
But people say that to me all the time. Like even when I was going through the production, like the process to get on the show, when I said to them I could be really, really argumentative, by the end of it they were wondering was I lying about certain things, because I'm very like
what you see is what you get.
There's actually times like I can actually be quite shy, and people would never imagine that whatsoever. But the other side of me kind of just completely takes over all the time. But yeah, people
It's like
recognise that all the
Beyonce
time.
with her Sasha Fierce.
Yes, yes.
So who are we today, Beyonce or
No,
Sasha?
we're with Hughie today.